Hey everyone, this is Keith Scott from out in Sydney, Australia. I'm one of the voices of Bullwinkle J. Moose. It's time to watch Relentless and Unstoppable. And so give it up for your main hosts, Douglas Kenny and Andy McPhee.
Hey everybody, this is Doug Kenny and welcome to Relentless and Unstoppable. We have another amazing guest coming on the channel today, so please hit like and subscribe. And after this episode, please stay tuned to the RNU channel for more amazing guests. Let's get this on!
Hey everybody, how you doing? Just a quick little share of why I started Relentless and Unstoppable. It was for one very simple reason, because of Doug Kenny. Nothing to do with me at all, zero. I was just coaching Doug, and he took on the coaching and mentoring, and he made all the changes. He took all the suggestions from his parents as well as my coaching, but it was all about Doug, his breakthrough and his weight loss, his willingness to accept that he is dealing with high functioning autism and other issues, but he's never quit, he's never given up. So we did one interview with him to share his story, and then we decided to start interviewing other people. And Doug has now taken over the whole channel, and he does all the interviews, he runs everything. He's just an amazing young man. So RNU was born from simply what an amazing young man Doug is, and his story needed to be shared.
Yeah. What therapy steps have you taken?
So I do a couple of different types of therapy. I work with a licensed clinical social worker. I've been working with him for years. I absolutely love him. And we work on EMDR, which is an eye movement trauma therapy. So it's we do like exercises where I like sort of go back into the memories of my trauma, and then I do a special eye movement exercise while I'm going through the memories, and it actually changes, it rewires your brain, and your brain, like because of the eye movement or something, your brain actually is like repatterning and changing the memory itself and the association with the memory. So like the feelings around the memory. So like basically I can start with having like a level of 9 distress, like crying, scared, shaking, when I'm recalling these memories from my past. And then we go, it can take several weeks of these sessions, but, and they're 1-hour sessions, but, we move through these exercises, and the memories change, not only sometimes to neutral where I don't have any like bad feelings, but sometimes they've even gone into like positive feelings where I look back on the memory and I feel positive about them. And I'm including things like my sexual trauma. So it's been amazingly powerful for me. And then I also do another type of therapy called parts work, where I work with the different parts of myself. And so that's like, you have a vulnerable part or a sad part, and then you have a protective part that acts in a certain way. And a lot of these parts tend to be frozen in beliefs of like your childhood or when you were younger. And that's what some of my parts were from about the way I felt about myself and my body.
Yeah, just a sec. I'm going to have to write something down very quick. Just a sec.
Sure, yeah.
I'm one of those. Okay, I have the wrong journal. Just a sec. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to write down what you said, because I'm a perfect candidate for that kind of therapy because I deal with trauma as well. So what's the one that you mentioned?
So it's called EMDR. It's eye movement. I don't remember what the other letters stand for. You'll have to look it up. But EMDR, D as in dog.
I know, and D as in Doug.
Or Doug, yeah. Exactly.
And then R. Okay. So what was the second one?
It's called parts work. There's one specifically called internal family systems. That's IFS. But parts work and attachment therapy is another thing that I've been working with, which I actually have been practicing that with my peers, which is amazing. So attachment therapy works with basically how you form relationships and bonds. And my husband and I are actually in counseling for that, using that kind of attachment therapy. And there's another emotionally focused therapy as well, which is like really good for relationship building and couples work and things like that. So
Yeah, I'm gonna look into that because I still deal with some trauma every now and then from my past, and I'm just
yeah.
I'm trying to figure out a way on how to manage it. And so far, I've managed it very good the past few months, but you're gonna have those setbacks every now and then, so I'm gonna look into that.
Yeah, absolutely. It's been amazing for me. I've talked to other people who didn't like it. You do have to kind of, process your emotions and your feelings. And, when you're thinking back on these memories, it can bring it up very viscerally in your body, especially I'm pretty sensitive in my body. And so it's like, I've had I like my last session, it was a breakthrough, but I kind of felt like I was on like, I don't know, like extreme drugs or something. Like it felt like there was just so much happening somatically in my body. I was like pretty breathing heavily, I think. And it was just like trying to like let go. And eventually it did. And then I just felt like, woo, like it was pretty amazing. Like I just felt like 1,000 pounds had been lifted off of my body. I felt weightless. It was incredible. So
Yeah.
I'm not saying that happens every time. That was quite a big breakthrough for me, and everybody's different. So if that's like, I don't think everyone will go to that extreme, but I tend to let myself just be a little wild and crazy.
Yeah, I know what you mean for sure. So, what are your hopes for the future for your daughter and for your family life?
Yeah, I am loving being a mom. I have to say, my little baby is so incredible. When I'm having those hard days, man, even when I'm like exhausted and I'm like, oh no, she's awake, but I go in there and she makes this sound. It's like, like she's so excited to see me, and just a huge smile on her face. And I've like I have a lot of love in my family and my life, but I've never felt loved the way my baby loves me. And it's an incredible experience. And I can't wait to show her things about the world, to do fun activities with her. We already have tried. We took her on vacation and took her to the beach, and we've been trying to get out and explore, and I can't wait to do more of those kind of things. And I'm really looking forward to continuing to explore this radical self-love. And I'm thinking about maybe trying to get back into as a hobby, because I kind of put it on hiatus, my coaching work, but I really want to go back into facilitating maybe some group experiences and things, and maybe teaching about from my experience about some of the things I've been through, and hopefully help other people who have struggled through some of these challenges. And yeah, so I see that for myself, and as an example to my daughter too, that like no matter what we go through in life, no matter how hard it gets, like there are ways, there are tools, there are people and relationships that can get you through, and that you can lean on. And so just excited to keep exploring all of those things.
Great to hear. So, how can your journey impact millions of people around the world?
Like I said, I think continuing to teach, continuing to spread the experience, and at the very heart of it for me, it's about love, it's about compassion, it's about relationship building, it's about if I can make that kind of impact on other people that my daughter makes on me, that she, just raising my whole day, like making me feel great just from a smile, man, if I can do that just every day when I walk around town, or when I'm out, that will impact millions, right? Because those people will then share those smiles and those stories and those feelings. So yeah, I think just continuing to teach, continuing to spread love and joy, and also know that sharing our darknesses, our shadows, you've shared with me very vulnerably about your challenges with anxiety, and I think that's such an important part. If we get too focused on the joy, we miss that like there's joy in overcoming, and there's also like beauty in the challenges, and in the there's strength in the courage of climbing out of a hole, right? So I think encouraging that too, that we get to share even when we're at our darkest points.
Yeah, for sure. I lost 49 pounds this year, so my weight loss is going very good.
That's great. I'm really happy to hear that. I definitely think, I'm hoping to get in really good shape and love my body and but feel good in my body, feel strong and feel capable, because right now that's what I struggle with, is that it would be nice to not hurt my knees, my back, all of those kind of things. So I got to get stronger in order for that to happen. And I'm really glad that your weight loss journey has been something that makes you feel good and that you're excited to share. And I wish you lots of luck on that too.
Thank you. I appreciate it. So where can people find you?
I'm actually pretty hard to find these days. Like I said, I kind of went on hiatus. Probably the easiest way would be to email me. If someone wants to reach out, I'd be happy. One-on-one connection is actually what I'm more interested in. So if anyone wants to have a conversation with me or wants to know more about radical self-love or some of the things I'm doing, they could email me at abalancingpointhealth@gmail.com. It's just the letter A, the word balancing point, the word point, health, all one word, @gmail.com.
What is the A stand for?
It's just like, I think when I was signing up, Balancing Point, because it's been a username since I was young. So Balancing Point, I think, was already taken. So it's a balancing point, like one balancing point.
Yeah, I was going to say you could have
But it could also be Allison, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I was wondering actually if it was your name or something. Yeah.
No, yeah, I was just probably, I think the username was taken. And so I was just like, oh, add a in front of it, a balancing point.
All right. Sounds good.
Yeah. So, I mean, I'm not searchable on Facebook anymore, except if you're friends with my friends. So the best way is probably just to email me.
All right. So everybody, please email Allison at the email that she mentioned, and we'll see you next week for the next episode of RNU.
Gee, that's all we have for Relentless and Unstoppable. So tune into the next episode to hear more amazing stories from amazing guests. This is Keith Scott from Sydney, Australia, saying so long, and I'm smarter than the average bear. Gee.